post-dressage work that can be implemented at home, and if the ones that you implement at home, say, included a tonic or something that has menthol in it, or something of this sort, then what is legal for FEI competition that you could use when you're out?
Okay. Let's see. Let's say that you have been to a very extensive competition, or you've trained very hard. What is it that you want to do for your horse when you get back? And I think of the horse in two ways. There's the mental, there's the physical. So you want to figure out what makes your horse, what gives your horse a reward for doing a good job. So work on the mental, but I'll focus on the physical today. The number one thing that dressage horses do is they wear out their legs. I'm a huge fan of ice after work. When some body structure has been stressed, ice increases, I know you say it decreases blood flow, but it increases the oxygen capacity of the blood in that area, so healing is faster with ice. It reduces inflammation, and inflammation, while some people feel it is helpful, it is also very detrimental because it causes swelling, which is detrimental always. So if you can reduce inflammation, increase blood flow, increase healing, that's why you're using the ice. Which leg? All four, okay? Really, really helps them. As far as liniments or tonics or things to put on the skin, keep in mind, like some people put it up on their butt muscles, and I go, how far in do you think that liniment goes? Their hip is, that far down. It doesn't even go a half inch. So don't think that by making them smell really good and menthol-y that you're doing anything. Everybody loves it, it smells great, but it doesn't do much. If you're going to massage, keep in mind, you want to massage all the way deep. If you're going to do the legs, the best thing is cool the legs first and then deal with it. I don't like it when people come home and they put a wrap on the horse's leg. All that does is heat it up. You don't want heat originally. You want cold originally. You want heat later on. So.
I have an expansion on that. I think you guys, I'm guessing that most people have heard a little bit of the media that's surrounding vasoconstriction, and that you still get oxygenation of the blood through cold hosing rather than using ice. You have your ice-fied boots that Horseguard Ireland, I believe, produces that, I don't know if you are familiar with them, but the ice packs are warm in about 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I am familiar with that.
So most people pack, like I know I use ice fives, and I use different ice packs underneath them so that I get more cold for at least 20 minutes, because my vibration cycle on it's 20 minutes. I think like this, I use Incrediwears a lot of times, and which are cold hosing boots, so they increase your circulation without vasoconstriction. Do you have any comments on?
Ice does not vasoconstrict. Don't worry about it. And the lower leg. Keep in mind, the lower legs have what's called countercurrent exchange. It is designed so horses can stand in snow and they don't get cold. Keep in mind, in most of the world, not here, they live in climates where there is snow on the ground months of the year, and that's where they lived. What it does is, as the blood goes down, it cools it down, and as it comes back up, the blood going down warms it up. So the hooves can be ice cold, and the horse isn't cold. That's because of countercurrent exchange. As far as vasoconstriction, the cold that we want to get in there, we don't get in through blood flow, we get in through conduction. And conduction, even if the veins and arteries have stopped, the cold gets in through conduction. If you're relying on the blood, you've lost because they have countercurrent exchange. It'll warm it up faster than you ever could. So you're relying on conduction, so don't worry about vasoconstriction on the legs. Ice packs. Ice packs are great for humans because we have very little body mass compared to a horse. The number of BTUs, British thermal units, the unit of energy being sucked out of the legs is immense. Anybody here familiar with Zamar or Game Ready? Okay, nobody been to Europe lately. Those are two refrigerant devices which refrigerate the leg. And the amount of BTUs they pull out are in the tens of thousands from the legs. And the little ice packs will pull out a couple of hundred. So ice packs are really neat, they're really easy, they're really clean, and they don't work. So.
I love the point that you made at the beginning of that where, in recovery, the question was about recovery, and Mike addressed that it's a two-part question. And one is the mental recovery, and one is the physical recovery. So thank you so much for including that, because a lot of questions that I did receive have so much of a training aspect in them, and it was difficult to differentiate a little bit of it and to say, this is a veterinary discussion, but that you're absolutely right, that the mental aspect of the horse really needs to be taken into account in so many of these issues that we're looking more at on a biological level, and really incorporating that. We probably have room for one more question, if I can get Mike to stay. Yep, you were first in.
Can you expand on the ice recovery, like how long, how much, that kind of stuff?
Okay, on recovery, how long and how much?
And we've got another question extending on that to how soon after work do you ice?
Oh, how soon after work do you ice?
It's good when you see people come home from a competition and they are.
Yeah. The deal with the benefits of ice, it is you want to do it as quickly as possible after the injury, and every time we work there are injuries, and that's normal, and that's good, because the way the body gets used to things is having injuries. So the faster you can heal the micro-injuries, the better. If you could have the buckets of ice right outside the arena, that would be perfect. If you can't do it for 6 hours later, keep in mind you're going to re-injure things in the trailer on the way home. So you're going to want to do it when you get home anyway. Best thing is do it here, put them in the trailer, do it there. How long do you do it? You do it as long as it takes commensurate with what your injuries are. If you went out and just did 15 minutes of trotting around and stuff, you may do 10 or 15 minutes of ice. That'd be fine. But if you spent a whole week at a place, you may want to ice every day for 3 days for 2 or 3 hours. Okay? One of the things is that if you are using ice and not a refrigerant, if you're using ice, it's impossible to overdo it. The problems we see from overdoing it, though, are that the legs get macerated. They get full of fluid from the water. And so people sometimes put Epsom salt or regular salt in there or something to prevent the skin from getting all gushy from the water. But if you have a laminitis case, let's say, we'll put them on 24/7 for 7 days. So your horse can withstand a lot of ice.
In what form is that? Like you say an ice boot, just ice on skin?
Everybody has a different way. Direct well, it has to have water in with it, or else it'll just hurt. You never want to just put an ice cube up against somebody's head or leg or anything because it hurts. You want to have water in there and ice, and a lot of people will throw some salt in there to bring the freezing point down. And in a boot's great. There are so many toys on how to do it. Use whatever works for you. And there are some units that cost $5,000 to $10,000, and there are some that cost $20. And you know they do just about the same. So.